we doing today, folks? Welcome to Just Convos. Today I have one of the most controversial people I've known in my life. But I've known this man back when he was Hanif, before the King Earner. And me and this man goes back about 1,000 years, probably.
Literally.
So I actually want to thank him for giving up his time today to come talk to me.
Always an honor.
Oh, man, this thing is building out just the way we planned. Just Convos. How you doing today, sir? Thank you.
Honorably, man. It's an honor to see you. You hear me?
Good to see you, man. It's a pleasure to see you.
Ain't no doubt, man.
Hey, man. They don't understand. But the first, I ask everybody like the same. Did you grow up in Philadelphia?
Yes.
What schools you go to? What schools
Shoot.
Yeah, I know. I'm quite sure it's about a lot.
I went to Howell Elementary. I went to John B. Kelly. I went to Logan School. I went to Finletter. I went to Wagner. I went to Boom. I went to De La Salle.
Okay.
In town. Everywhere.
And then at some point you said the hell with it.
Yeah, you know what? I wound up going to prison.
Going to
Juvenile facility, yeah.
Okay. Hey, man, so I don't even know where to start with this, John. So we're going to start like the first time, because we kind of grew up in the same neighborhood.
Right.
But it's funny, the first time I ever really saw you, right?
Right.
Because your name, you was a villain, right?
Yeah.
He was a villain, you know what I'm saying? It'd be funny because when I hear people in there, like, fuck that nigga, I smacked that. I'd be cracking up because I'd be like, wow, like, everybody older now.
Right.
But I remember there's a time when you say that shit, you really got to put a name on it or whatever.
Ain't no
right?
question.
So I remember back in the day we had a bowling party back in Ceylon Avenue.
Right. No doubt.
So you would boy that's dead now, I forget his name. Pooh, you would
the rat.
Pooh Mel, whatever. You know what I mean? This is before, you know what I mean? I guess he was stand up at that point.
Exactly,
right?
all the way.
Yeah, and y'all was with him. Y'all was eating. You know what I'm saying? There was another faction over there. They was eating.
Yeah.
Me and my crew was in there. We eating.
Right.
And something happened at the end of the night. It was crazy ass rumble, like crazy rumble.
Supreme joint.
Supreme joint, little fighting, shooting. And I remember when you and Mel sucker punched somebody at the same time and knocked the motherfucking cold dead out. It was so from that point on, I'm like, oh shit, that's the bull right there. So it was a funny night. And that's my first real recollection of really seeing you. Like back then we was all young, fly. Y'all had y'all Versace, we had our lotion on, everybody caked up. It was a hell of a night. And this is like 97, 96. This is
96,
like 96, 97, yeah. And this is like this is back when everybody eats.
Everybody
ate. You know what I mean? Everybody had a meal. You
Beautiful
know what I'm saying?
time, yeah.
See, I was probably like 16, 17 back then, but everybody had a meal back
Everybody
then.
had an honorable urn.
So from there, we had other times when we ran into each other and shit. 2001, me and my brother got into fashion. We came out with a clothing line. And you was one of the first people. You was not one of the first, but you was one of the people that strongly supported us. Made sure you. I mean, anytime, give me one of them joints, yo. I'm getting, hey, yo, bring joints through.
No question.
Had my man Big Johnny bring you joints all the time. Stay fresh with it. So that's, yeah. So that's like the beginning of our relationship. And then at some point in there, I think you caught a case or something.
Yeah.
And then I had to write had to do a little penmanship to bring you home.
Exactly.
Because that's what we put up. That's what you had put up on the page the other day. Because people probably looking like, well, how the fuck? But see, people don't know I had a company since I was probably 20 years old.
Yep.
And I was able to like shake and bake in some of those courtrooms the way other people couldn't. I could write a letter and shit like that at a very young age.
Yeah.
But that's just part of the backstory for people who don't know. That's how far we go back. We like 90, late 90s, late 90s, mid 90s.
Yeah.
So very controversial figure on this internet.
Yeah, you better believe it, man. Same way out there. You know what I mean? Same way.
Yeah. So what's your stance on it? What made you even get into the internet? Because like I was saying earlier, you are the first person to really put me onto the internet. But what made you get into this internet?
No, you really put me onto the internet first.
Yeah, I am. I put you on the internet back in the day. On the website.
On the website, and it was major because everybody that you got realized, Kemet, that was your first business?
Second. So first time I did one with my cousin.
Okay.
And then from there, we broke off, venture off, and me and Mills did Kemet, and we came uptown with it in Northfield and everywhere. But yeah.
Well, when you got into that business, that was a very prosperous business at the time. Like a lot of people, we was running.
It's not like now.
It's not like now because everybody's doing it.
Yeah, everybody.
You was like a pioneer.
Yeah.
So, and you wasn't a regular pioneer. So you had the shirts, right? The high quality shirts, and you had them printed on perfectly. We used to go up to a spot. And the building would be a bunch of buildings. I used to wonder, like, this is like not something small. Usually you see somebody go put some paint on the shirt.
Yeah.
You know, his mind always was 100 times in front of everybody. So you took a picture, y'all took a picture of me and put me on the internet.
Yeah.
And everybody that seen me was like, yo, you got the I Love Getting Head shirt on, the Kemet clothing. I'm like, damn, it was like, yo, so every time it motivated me like to do something positive.
Okay.
Opposed to the clout that I was receiving was negative. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, we was proud of that back then, but
Definitely.
this was different. You know what I'm saying? So you're the first person ever with. I didn't even know about the internet then. I never knew it. It's www.commit.com.
Yes, it was.
Any given time, like even when I back then, you know how we was heavy on the women, you know?
Yeah.
And I'd be like,
hey, a lot of people, man, y'all be acting like y'all remember, but a lot of y'all got smashed, especially if I took you and put you on the website. And this how it happened, because back then, in the early 2000s, like so I never wanted to be on camera and none of that stuff. Right? I never wanted to be on camera. So people like, well, you don't want to be camera, why you got pictures with your clothes on the clothing line? Because when they brought us models, men to wear our clothes, they didn't look like the guys that was wearing my clothes.
Right.
So I was like, no. I said, keep the girls. I said, but get rid of all these dudes, and I would just go get I would go get anybody I hung with, anybody that was with me and that was out with me, and we had that, that thing to us. So you know what I mean. So I'm like, no, come on in. And I would take anybody that was with us. No, throw that shirt on, take that picture. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no doubt.
And then from there, it wasn't called viral back then, but everybody would see it because I didn't mess with the picture of black men they was putting out. That wasn't the people I was with.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't hanging with those guys. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
So
yeah, but I don't know if you know this or not, but those type of times, there's only 2 people that done that. Well, 3 people that done that for me.
Mm-hmm.
You, A.R. Ab, and Leek Moss.
Okay.
What I mean by that is, seeing who I was and how I was, but was able to accept me even though I had controversial stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's like, damn, it might have been somebody you cool with.
Yeah.
That was just all right. And
I
something
remember
happened.
some sticky nights when it was getting real sticky some nights. I remember some sticky mornings too. Like it was like, yo, everybody gotta like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So when you took me out the element in the hood, you see what I'm saying? And it put me in a position where I had fun. So I looked forward to them joints when we went up to the joint with the bridge. You know what I mean? With the trains.
With the photo shoot.
The photo shoot. Right.
Roxborough.
Roxborough.
Yeah.
I never been to Roxborough at that time. You know what I'm saying? So it was like.
You had the big truck too. You had the big truck.
Yeah, ain't no doubt. But it was like that was like a vision of opening me to seeing that it's more to life
than the neighborhood,
than the streets. This being wrong and negative all the time. Like it was like that was fun. I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we always clicked like we was, because it was like no matter how I was carrying it, it was like y'all understood me. You know what I'm saying? What a lot of people didn't. I mean, people you probably have said, man, don't mess with that boy, man.
Oh, well, yeah. All the time.
Million, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was an honor, man, and that was like, that was my first element of really doing something positive.
Okay. So then so we had the clothing line. Shit started dying for me and my brother. We started venturing in real estate, bars, all types of shit. We started getting into.
Right.
At that point, you catch your bid somewhere around there, right? You caught like a 6-year, 10. What years?
And then wound up getting indicted on my way home.
Yeah, on the way home. Yeah, I remember you got caught up in all that. So on that last stretch, while you in there, are you focusing your mind like, yo, I ain't touching shit when I come back out. Like I'm going one way now.
You know how it was, like how many bits I done, I come home, it's like right back to it, you know what I mean? But that was
the last real big one though, right?
Yeah, that was the last big one.
Long one.
So what I done was, when I was in the county, right, I wound up getting banged in Montgomery County. Was calling in prescriptions or whatever the case may be. I get thinking I'm a doctor. Get caught up, I had a heavy addiction at that time, the syrup and the pills. It was like,
hey, it's about 5 people in my life I seen take that shit.
Right.
Because I seen y'all guys take that shit.
Right.
I never touched that shit.
It was like, this guy's turned into a green ape. What's wrong with him?
Yeah, y'all can have that shit. Go ahead.
But it was like, on that bit, I woke up, but I prayed to Allah. I said, don't let me go home unless I'm all the way together. Because I know soon they let me out next month, I'm right back at it. It's like I still understood everything that was going on in the streets. Yeah. And he snatched that, and I got indicted. And then it was like
you was actually about to walk out the courtroom, and they
yep, I was actually about to walk out the jail.
Yeah, out the jail. My bad, out the jail. Yeah.
So while I was doing that bit, though, I lost my grandparents.
Okay.
And no matter how wrong I was,
they was
always there for me. So I said to myself, I had to become a man. Like when it come to responsibilities and stuff. Okay. You know what I mean?
So that's the part where you had to grow up, because I don't got nobody to watch my back. It's just me now.
It's just me. Okay. You know what I mean? So, and I knew a lot of people was counting on my failure.
Oh, yeah.
Just on the streets alone, like, He gonna come home and go right back.
You know, I was down playground where we all kind of grew up in a couple of years ago, and I was seeing how like down there, man, you really had to have like real confidence, because them niggas down there would trick you out your fucking spot, because they talk so much shit.
Right.
Like, the brokest nigga could be the loudest nigga. He could talk so much shit. He could fuck you up. You could be the nigga with the money, get all the bitches and everything, but the nigga who talking the most shit can talk you right out your spot because the shit sound good and the dummies gonna go with whatever he's saying.
Exactly.
So it's funny, like, growing up that nigga, because you had to get your weight up to be able to grab that microphone and talk your shit back. Like, nah, fuck out of here, nigga, whatever. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I see people when I'm down, and I don't go down, I rarely go down there, but when I go down there, I see people who either made it out or got stuck. It's one or the other. You either make it out or you stuck. You know what I mean? And the ones that get stuck, it's not a real good ending.
Not a good look.
Not a good look, man. So yeah, I was just thinking about that, because when I was down there, I was like, yo, these motherfuckers is gruesome. Like that shit talking is crazy down there.
I'm gonna tell you what's crazier than anything. Because you said something that made a whole lot of sense. Somebody getting tricked out of their spot. I was one of them people that was easy to get tricked. Somebody could even have a conversation about me and I want to do something. You know what I mean? So I've heard things, and I really fall out and almost have a heart attack laughing, because it'd be like, ain't no way you gonna trick me.
Not at this point.
How I have put my foot on your neck, but because I got mercy in my heart now, it's like I ain't really looking to spin a corner and tell you how I feel in a negative way. What I'm gonna do is keep riding by you. Keep letting you see me be prosperous.
Be prosperous, yeah, while you in the same spot.
While you in the same spot. And it hurts me sometimes too, because I don't expect a lot of people, some of the people to be stuck. And to be stuck off the same stuff that we were stuck off.
20 years ago.
20 years ago. Drugs, stupidity, and ignorance.
Being a follower. Being a follower. A follower was something my dad didn't allow me to be no matter what. And my dad would put them hands on me if he catch me being a follower.
Yeah, right,
no
doubt, yeah.
So I wasn't allowed to be a follower, you know what I mean, at all. I see how you say like your grandparents raised you, but when I came home in 2020, I was living in Michigan. I came down during the pandemic. I went to Black and Noble. I saw you speak there.
Right.
And even though I knew you for years, it's funny about the hood, because you never really know nobody's real name, depending where y'all meet at.
Yeah,
Because I didn't go to school with none of y'all. You know what I'm saying? So we all know each other street names and shit.
Exactly.
So I never really knew your story about growing up, and I seen that story about your mom and with the knife and shit like that.
Right.
And that shit, like, I heard you speaking in Black and Noble. You was speaking, and it was a deep story, and I was like, damn, I didn't even know this shit.
Yeah.
Because and back then I wasn't too much into trauma back then, because when I hear words like trauma, depression, my ignorance had me thinking sometimes people use it as a crutch. What they do use it as a crutch.
Excuses, yeah.
Excuses, but now I do know that is some real shit too, though. Some people really do have it, and I think it was like a thing of domestic violence, and somebody wound up being stabbed. And I know you experienced that, like 8 years? You was young. I know you was young.
I was 7.
7.
Yeah.
And I'm quite sure that probably, like, at that point, that was probably a traumatic experience.
Right.
That probably dictate how your life goes now.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
violence.
So, yeah, it's violence. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of violence.
And that's the thing. And a lot of people don't really know that about me. You know that about me, and plus you heard me speak. And a lot of them speakers I never put in the forefront, like the boast on it, because it was like really sentimental
I never knew. Yeah, I never knew.
You know what
I
mean? Yeah. But my mom taught me to be violent. And she taught me to be violent because your mother is your first role model. People say your father is, you know what I mean? But your mother is who you attached to from the womb. She's the one that's really going to raise you, no matter what. A father can go out and earn and bring it back and chastise you when it's time. But the mom going to raise you with the morals, get your elbows off the table,
Yeah.
Don't do this, don't do that, teach you about women and stuff like that. So it's like, I believed in that. I believed in that rule, that to be violent. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was a thing. I thought it was one of the coolest things. I remember, like being in handcuffs as I got older, and I was like, this is embarrassing. But when I was younger, it was like, so I'm carrying it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, like my childhood being abused by my mother, you know what I'm saying? Going through things that a 7-year-old or 5-year-old who shouldn't be going through. But yet I was still taught to sit at the table and eat with my elbows up the table with the manners. So when you hear me talking sometime and they think that I'm talking, don't be a rizat, don't do this, don't do that. I'm just saying that you don't gotta be involved. I learned that part. If you can not go through what I went through and not be enticed by the negativity that's in your environment, then I think, you know, you can go far. But if you don't tap into that early, you're gonna be my age trying to get it together. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just glad that I was able to get it together 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It took some time, but like you said, the root of it came from my mom.
Okay, it's deep. You talk about that connection, because those who know me know I wasn't raised by my mom.
No,
I was, you know, from 1 through 8, I was living with my mom and dad.
Right.
For the rest of my life, I lived with my dad. Not that my mom was a bad person. Things happen with people.
Right.
But what I will say is that in 2012, I was in a coma, and they was about to start. Yeah. So at that point, my vitals was going real bad, and that connection with the mother you're talking about, they was about to start chopping off my arms and my legs.
Right.
Because I'm retaining fluid, my body not doing
remember,
it.
Yeah.
And my mom, I wasn't there. I mean, I was there, but I wasn't there. I was asleep.
Yeah.
So my mom whispered in my ear, and she was telling me, move my hands, move my legs. And this is real shit. Like my people would tell me, like, yo, my mom said this shit, and I started moving. Now, I'm in the coma. They got me sedated and all this shit. But they said I started moving my shit. And once I started moving my shit, they took cutting my limbs off the table. So the connection with your mom is some real shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's some deep shit. Like, and I say that to say never that I had a great relationship with my mom, but she still was the woman that had me. So therefore, it's always a perfect relationship at this point.
Exactly. I mean? Yeah.
So you know, it's you learn a lot as you get older.
As you get older, man, you learn a whole lot about that. You know
so funny shit though, man. Like, cause the things you talked about, the rat shit, but like, I see like man, you've been like called so many things in my life since I know you. I done seen people call you stick up kid, hustler, brilliant hustler, bright, intelligent. You're a creep, woman beater, all types of shit. You done got every title, from good to horrible. You done got every fucking title.
Right.
Is all that just like a part of growing, and then like it's like a microscope on you for everything you do, or is it like
it's a part of the internet? Like whatever you dish out, and if you dishing it out,
you better be prepared.
And if you solid, like I'm talking about, they can't really do that with you. You can't really give me a woman beating joint unless you pull a list of women out. You know what I'm saying? And it say 100 women. Now we know how the internet carry. It's like it's gonna get crazy because it's all about bringing you down. But if you are man, anything that you ever done wrong, from the smallest to the biggest, if you're able to stand on that,
you're good.
You're good. Because most people ain't gonna come forth and say that they were this or they were that. They're gonna either ignore it, have they publicly speak up with them.
Or like what we see going on now.
Or
got that lawyer talking for them.
Or they're gonna make ills asses of themselves, lying about it, saying what they didn't do. You see what I'm saying? And I noticed that when it came down to God and all the God-fearing religions, there was always a person that he took that was horrible and made him a better person to bring the example. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's like, I'm not mad at it. I used to get angry now. Used to be on Shark Time. What to find this person. But then I noticed like the conversation is about me. And it grew so much that I learned that the hate brought everything good to me.
So sometimes the worst shit is the best shit.
The only time they hate, exactly, but only time the hate gonna hurt you is that if it's really you. If it's really you, it's ain't no ducking it. You jammed up. It's like, you see how the drums drop on these guys. Bro, you said some of the things. I done saw people call me a real Zach. Me. And it's like, okay, oil boy. How would I feel about that? At one time, I'd be like, damn, I should figure out these person. They whiff and they lymph.
But you know what's funny though, man? Some shit I always remember, man. You can't play in the shit in the grass and reach for the stars. So you got to make a decision. You either gonna be like this, 2 hands up or 2 hands down.
Right.
So you know, if you keep playing around with every little stupid comment thrown at you, it won't get you too further.
Right. But real quick, my grandmother, she said to me one time, I never seen lions be upset at monkeys in a tree. She said, you ever see a lion on the ground when monkeys are at the tree, they throwing bananas at him, they yelling and screaming, but you see the monkey not wasting their time? I mean, you see the lion not wasting his time walking back and forth, and he's not even caring about the monkey in the tree. Because what they say never mind, I'm looking to hunt down here. You see where I'm coming from?
They got to be on your field to play.
And I'm going up, and I'm not talking about people put, I hate that value of bread. We didn't have all types of bread. We didn't seen it all.
Money's overrated.
We didn't seen it all. But it's like, our value was in the honor. That's how I could be here supporting you.
Yep.
Because when you speak about how you supported me when I was going to court, you got to realize how many people turned their back on me.
Yeah.
Character witnesses and saying, no, I'm not coming forth to speak good for him.
Yep.
They thought I'm down. People from the neighborhood.
They want to see you down. They're like, the longer he in there, I could run around freely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, man, it's just a blessing to be able to sit here and be able to tell you that I'm almost there. I'm at the hill.
That's good shit.
I'm climbing up. It's like I'm almost there. You know what I mean?
So this internet thing, man, like I said, you the first, like, yeah, I put you on the internet back in the day, but I was never into like social media. You know what I mean? And then I always had company, so I was doing shit in music and shit like that. I would always behind the scenes. You like, yo, get yourself on there, and I'm like, nah, man, I don't want to do that shit. I don't want to do that shit. Yeah. And he was like, nah, man, you got to get on there and start fucking. He's like, yo, it's a gold mine, and you got stories. Go up there and tell him.
Right.
I'm like, nah, you know what I mean, because that goes against everything that was taught back
by
from
us.
in our age group, like in the class we graduated out of in the streets.
Right.
You wasn't supposed to be doing this shit. So now you got to wrap your mind around like, how do I go
about it?
Do this in front of these cameras, and then when I see like even like how your man used to be, ARF, when I used to watch his stories on like the Vlad TV show, I was like, whoa, like you know what I'm saying, whatever, right? Because that's not important about what I mean. But when I could never feel comfortable in front of those cameras saying that, because to me, shit, it's funny, man. All in our years, even when it came to taking pictures, man, it's a lot of times in life we had events I never got in pictures.
No, I know. You used to be like,
I never got in
You'll
pictures.
take a picture with me, but look, you're joined like this.
Yeah, I'm ducked down in the back.
Yeah.
I never liked it, none of that shit. Funny shit, sidebar, I'm gonna put this up in the conversation too. Again, how I say you never know nobody's name. So I'm thinking when you in jail and shit, we had a fashion show. So we had a fashion show and a video shoot. So we got the camera like, yo, take pictures. My man, we had the free hide shirts.
Okay. Oh yeah. Damn, I remember that. That was an honor.
I fucked your name up though, right?
Yeah.
I had FAJ. I thought the shit was like, I had HAJ, and I'm thinking it was on some Muslim John like, you like, nah, nigga, my name ain't Hodge. My name Dodge with an H. I'm like, Dodge with an H.
Yeah.
I like niggas Hodge, HAJ, because my name Muslim, so I'm like, nah, you like, nah, my shit is Dodge with an H. I'm like, Dodge with an H, nigga, like.
Yeah.
But that's some funny shit back at the picture shit. But
we had a ball, you hear me? But no, and them Jones, when they came, you gotta realize a piece of mail.
Oh, it's everything in that. That was social media. Them pictures were social media in jail.
When I get them Jones, y'all send me a bag of them Jones.
And we had baddies on them. Baddies.
Oh my goodness!
Baddies.
And on top of that, the walk. Because I had done a fashion show with y'all before too. Remember that?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So it was like them pictures and all that. It was like, damn, this is what it's about. And it took me out there. So yeah, that was a beyond honor. I'll never forget that. You hear me, bro? Never, man.
Yeah. We had all the shirts. Yeah. That was some funny shit though, man. That name spelled wrong. He's like, man, Reef, my drawing spelled wrong. I'm like, man, fuck it. You get the message.
It was honor.
Yeah, you get the message.
Yeah.
You know what we was doing.
No doubt.
But yeah, man, it was a hell of a time back then, man.
Lovely time.
So now you on your ladder up this success in this internet. I see this internet done took you pretty far though, man. Like, where are some places you've been because of this internet?
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I met some individuals throughout the internet, and I don't even want to. You know how some people are big up because I ran into the Kevin Gates, the K. Michelle's, the Michael Epps, everybody.
Yeah.
I didn't bump into everybody, or they didn't reach out to me to show me love and honor, right? But I like the ones, the have-nots.
Yeah.
The ones that hit me and be like, damn, Erna, I love you, man. You just helped me. Missing indictment. Damn, I was just under a 10-man indictment, but because of you, I stopped conversing on the phone and I figured I can change my life around. Those was my biggest highlights. That's my highest success. Like, a lot of people felt like I should rub shoulders with everybody in the city. I only kicked it with one squad, that was Ab and Leak and them.
Yeah.
That's the only, because it was authentic. It was true love. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, y'all understood each other.
Exactly, but outside of that, it's hard. I've never been a sociable guy. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to rub shoulders with people that's on something else and I know it's usury.
It don't feel right. Like, and it's hard for me to even go to like a lot of places. That's why me and my brother, we decided we're gonna make our own events. We're gonna get our, fuck going to their clubs, we're gonna get our own club. Like we did shit like that because we didn't like, we used to be at some of that shit and it's like,
Pioneer Elite Care is committed to treating each individual with dignity and respect. We take pride in providing quality care to those who require assistance at home. Contact us now.
Excellence is our standard.
Excellence is the rule.
Never the exception.
PioneerEliteCare.com.
I ain't saying nobody's name, but like, I can't stand another ass nigga think he got power over me, dog. Like that shit drive me crazy. You might got to connect, just like in drugs. You got to connect, so therefore you can supply.
Exactly.
Therefore you will be that boss. But like, not on no outside leisure time shit. Nigga, I don't give a fuck you renting this shit out, niggas. You gonna have us standing here like we some nut ass niggas. We got triple and double pay. Nigga, we'll fuck around. Nigga, we'll get you.
Yeah, like
you know
why you even
like,
put us in that position,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. So like all that shit used to be like, nah. And then the fashion shit took me out of those nut ass clubs and put us in a whole nother realm of clubs that they wasn't even letting motherfuckers in. And we in there with the crazy, with the having a crazy time, spending crazy money, meeting all types of people from around the world. So it's like, you know, man, like we never like to be followers around the sucker shit. So that's why, like, even when I get into this media shit, like sometimes I go to events and I just like to sit and watch. And people be like, what's wrong with Reef? He retarded now? I ain't never been retarded. I'm studying the algorithm in the real life and on the internet.
You're
and I'm
right.
trying to see like how this shit gonna add up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's really what I'm doing. I do research. All this shit is research. I've known you forever. Right. It's my 5th year shooting this. We're just now linking up.
Yeah, it pissed me off a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I reached out one time. That's it. Like I say, hey, he might be Hollywood.
But my joint, you know, they took so many pages from me.
I know.
And there's no way my honor can get Hollywood.
The pages and the phone numbers, you ain't an easy guy to catch. And the phone, I got 2024, 2023.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It got to go by the year I talk to you. That's when I know, like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But it ain't, you know what I mean? It ain't no shit. I'm just like, man, I'm going to catch him when I catch him. Like, we're bumping to each other and shit.
No, when I seen it, though, I was like, yo, this is my man. Oh, it was the brother, modern day.
Yeah, my language, yeah.
So, I be seeing, he be moving. Like,
he do.
He be pushing it.
Hey,
he sell it like blow, you hear me?
I tell you one thing about the young man. I say he's borderline genius.
Yeah.
I swear to God, dog. Like,
I can believe
like really shit. Like so. But even the same thing I seen in you. Like, I some of y'all guys are extremely intelligent, man. Like, because I've been around y'all, man. And been like the shit you did with CMOS, dog. Like, come on, man.
Right.
Like, come on, stop it. Like, I never seen like now everybody got CMOS shit. That shit made it to Shark Tank and shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no, the first person I ever seen CMOS, and I mean maybe people seen other people. Right. I know the first person I seen doing that shit was you. And this is almost like 10, 15 years ago, I want to say. At least 10. At least a dime. At least a dime.
Yep.
At least a dime.
And I couldn't sell a bag. You hear me? Now I can, look, it's crazy because I get discouraged. I can remember certain times with you with certain businesses. I'd be like, yo, you doing that? You'd be like, I can back to it. Yeah. Because you get so overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Bro, CMOS, you know, when people were saying about the orders and everything at one time, bro, I would wake up, I might go to sleep. 800 orders. Wake up to another 1,000 orders. There's no way. I never knew then that I could keep up with them orders. You see what There's no way. I don't have a machine. Yeah. But once I went through a lot of slander and things of that nature, and I gave a lot of money. I went on Queen's Flip Show and gave a lot of money back, right? And I said, I'm going to relax. I'm going to wait until I know I got it. And I ran into these little younger brothers, right? These younger brothers hit me to this Convos Crispus, right? Now with this right here, it's more of a cell replenisher, but it's something that helped me up here.
Okay.
Cell replenisher, you got a lot of cells in your brain.
Yeah, definitely.
My thought process started to go different. This ain't even a cell. I had high blood pressure, and you know what that high blood pressure can do to you.
Yeah, I got it now. My shit is extreme too.
Well, you got
I'll be calling you to get some.
That's yours. Like we carry that. Like you know what I'm saying, but. Once I started taking that and like a half a cup of apple cider vinegar every day, and just staying away from all salt, using garlic powder, not garlic salt, it went away. So I started to drink it. And it wasn't this CMOS. It was the other CMOS that they farm more now.
Okay.
So you can't, I don't know if people are able to farm this. I've never heard of them because you got to get it off the rock. Okay. If you don't got that rock and you don't got that water with the minerals that come from the law, that's nature,
you're not gonna have it.
You're not gonna have this. But the other CMOS, it's not around a rock. No one has seen it in these times. Okay. It's almost extinct. You find this somewhere in the water floating and things of that nature, but they put it on a line that grows. So I'm not here to knock that though. That CMOS was okay. But if I take that sea moss now, it doesn't touch me. It's like it's like something that's grown so much, they remaking it so
it
much.
doesn't absorb it.
The farmers.
Yeah, it's like fake, like the new weed. It's like GMO.
Yeah,
it's GMO.
Exactly. But this,
that's still raw.
it's just giving me a different energy. It is still raw, it ain't gelled up. Because I don't sell my people. I don't like to sell gel. Yeah. Even though I'm about to run my movie because they keep asking. They won't.
Yeah.
I give them a pound.
I seen you sell it before. Yeah,
I give them a pound. They make 16 gels of my people. Right? 1 pound. They rather buy the 1 gel for $60, and I got the pound for the whole 75.
Dang.
So you get 16 gels, Bob, just almost the same thing you do with boiling a hot dog. But they don't want it like that. They say they don't have enough time. And that's the matter with a lot of people, not just our people.
Just time, yeah.
Time is important, but if you want your health to be good, and I learned that.
Listen, man, if you don't want your health to be good, look, I sat in the coma for 45 days, so I had time then, right?
Bro, and when you did,
yeah, you got all the time
crazy.
in the world.
You was working at a certain kind of job. I remember what happened.
Yeah, I went down to go get some money up, and shit, I had my next 10 years of my life planned out, because when I was coming back, I was gonna be so fucking caked up, and I was gonna put everything back right, because I took a major hit in 2008. Right. I lost a lot of money. Right. But what I lost in 2008 can't compare to what I lost in 2012. Right. I thought 2008 was bad. Shit, I didn't know 2012 could be worse.
Could be worse, right?
And then that's when I learned about humbling myself. I got more in contact with God and became more spiritual at that point. My man, it was the first time.
Funny you say God, but go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
Hey, man, I told you so. I can say that.
What I will say is the first time when I come out that coma, it took me probably 2 months. Funny shit, man. I don't know, John, I've ever told you a story. I come out the coma, I don't even know what the fuck going on in my brain.
Right.
I'm in South Miami Hospital. So I'm sitting in the bed.
And stand up.
I can't stand up, right?
You go to stand up.
I can't stand up, though. All I can't get up. I hear all these voices and shit. So I call John. I tell the motherfucker, mind you, dog, I'm on all types of pain pills and shit. So my brain not right.
Right.
I tell John, like, yo, dog, I just seen Hodge and them down the block. These niggas in here trying to get me, man. We gonna bang these niggas out.
Yeah.
I'm wilding out because this motherfucking, they got me on that propofol shit like that. That's
that shit's strong.
They got me on that crazy juice.
Right.
So I'm having nightmares, but look, I'm coming out the coma. I'm having nightmares sitting up. I'm eyes wide woke, but I'm having nightmares because I can't go to sleep. It was some wild shit, dog. I never been through no shit like this. So I call him and John, like, what you talking about?
Right.
But I think I'm in like CFCF in the infirmary.
Oh,
like.
Oh my God.
No, I am fucked up.
Right.
I am, and John like, yeah, man, get some sleep, man. Like we talked, cause they thought they didn't even think I was coming back. Like my brain was shot the fuck out. Like the first month I come out that coma, my brain shot out, though.
One thing I can say about John, he had hope. You hear me?
Yeah.
He was telling me the pros and the cons.
Yeah,
you dig me?
Yeah.
But he had the pros in him. He said, no, he gonna be all right. He kept telling me, because I'm calling him every day, what's up with Reef? But like when I talk about God, I remember we had a conversation back in the day like that. He was like, shh, man, come on, man.
That's what I said.
You said, come on,
man. I can imagine, because I know who I was back then.
Yeah, you like the universe, you start giving it to your bag. I'm like, you tripping, but you're like, no, I'm not saying that, I don't. But it's just like, I'm like, all right.
See, you gotta understand, man, like, sometimes the big man gotta get your attention.
No doubt.
And you gotta think, man, because the time I was probably 18, I was either getting home runs or base hits in life.
No doubt.
It didn't matter what I was doing, bad or good. That shit was working for me. So my arrogance got me to start believing, I got this shit. This me. And even when I get my first, I'm like, I shake that shit up. It took me 4 years, and I got my shit together. Like, I'm about to come back. The worst thing you can ever say when you're about to come up, and I had to learn this the hard way. Don't ever say how you about to shit on niggas. That's the stupidest shit. And we say
constipated.
Yeah, because you worrying about shitting on niggas. No, the goal is to beat poverty. Like, the goal ain't to shit on the nigga that look like you. Shit, if anything, help the nigga out when you get up. Help your brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm gonna shit on these niggas. That shit is so corny.
Right.
Like, even the niggas you don't fuck with, it ain't about shitting on them neither. It's just, all right, y'all do y'all thing. I'm gonna go do mine. Like I try to get out that mentality, man. Because that mentality is like, even when you think you're not petty or you think you're not on that bullshit, you be on that bullshit. You know what I mean? Because it's in these places we grew up in. So yeah, as far as that, that shit humbled me, man. My man said a prayer for me. My man Sadiq. He said, Reef, let me pray for you. I was like, first thing I thought, like, man, I don't be praying, man. Fuck you talking about. He like, let me say a prayer. I was like, you know what? Fuck it, man. Say a prayer for me.
Right, say that.
And he said the prayer for me. And I'm not going to say at that very instant, like how people be saying. It wasn't that very instance. But at least at that point, I was more so concerned about the prayer than all the other shit that was going on. And then as I started to just live and grow, and I'm watching me lose everything, and I'm like, shit, like, I'm thinking like it's the end of my world.
Right.
But I didn't even realize that, nah, that was the best shit happened to me at the time. I was getting rid of the shit that was driving me crazy, getting rid of all the shit, all the fake motherfuckers around me, everything. It was, God had to come down and clear my life out. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I had to clear my life out so I could start seeing like what's important and what's not important. You know what I'm saying? Right. Even at that point, made me start working on a relationship with my mom. You know what I'm saying? All that shit, dog, all that shit is true, man. Like so you learn and you grow in this shit, man. That's the part about life. Like keep living, you're gonna see more.
Ain't no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So like even now, I see when you talk with them youngers about that beef and all that shit they be going through, the snitch shit, all that shit. Like mainly the beef, like, and you see what's going on now with these teenagers, man. They rocking and rolling out here. You know what I'm saying? And even though it's calmed down now, because man, you got an influx of cash. You're young, you got an influx of cash. Of course, you're gonna look like one of the best war people ever. But now you got to go make the money to go to war, which is two different things, you know.
Right.
And our time, you had to make the money to go to war.
Better.
You know what I mean? Not the money got dropped in a check every week on a card.
No, none of that. You had to go make that.
Make the money. So therefore, war was only necessary when it was really necessary or whatever.
Exactly.
So I see you be trying to talk to him and trying to tell him like, yo, that shit that mean a lot to you now ain't gonna mean that much, man. And when y'all all get up state where all y'all going, because that's where y'all want to go, all that I'm from this block, that block shit ain't really gonna matter when y'all get up there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like when you talking to him, what's the thing you trying to get through to the youth? You know what I mean? When you putting those shorts out, when you talking about what's going on.
I'm trying to get them to see exactly what you said, that those things not gonna matter to you when you get older. So don't waste your life. Like my main goal is to get individuals, because I'm government wise too. I'm going at the government too.
Yeah.
When I say stop recycling crime, because an individual get in trouble, right?
They getting paid for us being in prison, man.
Right.
Come on, man. It costs more to send us to prison than college.
A guy tells, right? He get the slap on the wrist. He didn't learn his lesson.
He still get to run around.
And he get to run around and get locked up, and they let him right back out. That's recycling crime on their end.
Yeah.
On our end, it's our bad because I didn't have to do so many bids to really get the understanding. You know what I'm saying? But the era was different.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, I didn't know, a lot of people were rats, like, you know, that was involved in that atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at it now, my message has changed because it went from the snatch and the honor to giving understanding, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And now it's coffee and not tea.
Okay.
The thing is, bro, nothing that you do at this age is going to matter when you're 47.
Nope.
Or you're 50 years old, because it's going to become so boring and corny to you. After all the bids you do, I lost my family in jail. I look at it, I always said this to myself. I killed my grandmother.
Been out of jail and all that shit.
I killed her with that pain, just from juvenile time.
Yeah.
You know, this is around the time when we was up at the bowling party, all that.
Yeah,
I went away, I was just coming home from doing time for a serious case that I never boast on or brag on. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what ends up happening is, you start looking at your loved ones. That's what really got me. And I want the youngins to do that. Because what else gonna soften their heart?
Yeah.
People say the mothers and fathers, know what I'm starting to learn? This is my new thoughts. It's the environment. It ain't even the parents. The parent can teach you everything in the home. The minute you go outside, just your environment.
Oh, yeah,
you can look at the
rolling.
corner store and say, damn, I wanna do that. There's so many adversaries and things around you and negativity that how can you really escape it? Yeah. So in these times, you might want to move your child the hell away from it and give them a different vision. Because the vision we got is just basketball, rap, kill.
I hate that shit. I hate that shit.
That's all the visions we got.
I hate that
and there's like so much that we could do in life. You know what I'm saying? So my goal with the youngest is I'm just trying to get them to rap that if they continue to do it, they're going to be withdrawal from someone that loves them dearly, that they can wind up killing like I did. You see, because I didn't physically do it.
But stress will kill you. Yeah.
Come on, my grandmother was running up and down every hallway, every, bells.
Yeah.
I mean, you out there streets,
Yeah.
all the money in the world, get locked up,
Shit
lawyer
get
money
different.
gone,
Yeah.
everything.
Shit get
You're
different.
broke.
Yeah.
And
you
these
coming
people,
home, every time you come home, you got to start all over again. And it's not the same type of money out here, and it's not the same type of system out here. You could come home back and then motherfucker might throw you 4 or 6. You know what I mean? Motherfucker might throw your whole joints. You know what I'm saying? And you could get emotion.
Or you could ball game the situation and get right up in there in
a
week or so. You know what I'm saying?
Throw that mask on, whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? And it's just different, man. Like I said, to me, it's the biggest waste of time because now we got the age. So now we got the wisdom and the data. And I know that the guys that some people might have considered corny when we was 20 years old, because they went to the city job or they went to whatever, they got more consistency, and they got like consistency is what matters in life.
Yeah.
It don't matter if you can go,
Stability,
stability, consistency and stability, because therefore you can take care of responsibility.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So if you only moving an inch at a time, in 20 years, you don't move further than the guy who came out the gate jumping 10 feet. Because at the end of the day, this guy that jumped to 10 feet, he had to go backwards because he cheated. You know what I'm saying? When you take the helicopter
example,
up, you take the helicopter up, or if you take the elevator up, the motherfuckers with the stairs know how to get up to the building and back down the building. He can stop on the floor. If you go up the elevator, you gotta make drop back down the shaft. That's a hell of a joint. You know what I'm saying?
You
know what I mean? So a lot of people want to cheat to get this shit.
Right.
There ain't no cheating in this shit.
Right.
Because you could beat everybody down here as far as the humans, but then when God or the whatever higher power, whatever you believe in or don't believe in, when your name get called, come here, buddy.
Yeah.
You could beat everything. You could beat the cases. I ain't never been convicted of crime, none of that shit.
Right.
But when the shit came time for me to pay,
Yeah,
oh baby,
you
I
paid.
paid.
Yeah,
I
you paid. I remember,
I paid the ransom.
Yeah.
I paid the king's ransom.
Ain't no doubt. I remember.
Yeah, no
Yep.
bullshit. So like a lot of people, man, they I hope these youngins understand you don't make it out this shit clean.
You don't make it
so,
out clean.
So your best bet is just avoid it.
Right.
Just beeline around it, man. Beeline. It's not worth it.
It ain't
Not-
worth it, and it don't add up to nothing. It ain't a trophy. It's not a badge of honor. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Being in jail forever. That's why, like, jail, I can go in deep. I can go in deep, but I don't no more because it felt like I'm promoting it. It's a youngin' somewhere watching, like, I could do that probably.
Yeah.
Put my chest up. Ernest said he done it.
I could do it too.
I could do it too.
You know, it's a real inspirational song for some of these young people. When that Beanie Siegel first album, the one about something making your shit. What's your life like? What's your life like? Like a lot of people, a lot of young niggas, they heard that, and they just felt as though like that's gonna be they thought that was their rites of passage.
Boom,
that was their rites of
everybody.
passage. I'm either cheat, get constipated, I'm go crazy in the jail and shit, and that is probably one of the most avoidable lifestyles that you could have missed. Because you didn't need it. You didn't need it. You know what I'm saying? You didn't need it. It's a hell of a song, too.
I'm in the hospital today, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm telling my woman, I'm saying, I'm balled up, and I'm like, listen, I don't know if you're not a balled up. We waiting for the doctors. They taking for everybody.
Yeah.
Right? They taking forever, I mean.
Yeah, I got you.
But I'm doing different tactics. I got my hat over top of me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got my jacket over top of me. But you wouldn't think that it didn't bother me.
Just wait.
That skill, yeah, I'm big. Now, that skill came from the can.
Yeah,
being down that police district all the
Yep,
time.
I'm waiting for them to send me back up, or what they gonna do with me.
Whatever
You
they're
know what
gonna
I'm
do.
saying?
But take my socks off,
Got
put a
me.
hole, make them sleeves. Take the taller tissue, make it a pillow, put it on my hips. All those things we learned. But it's like, damn, I ain't a caveman. Am I an animal?
First time I did 35th, old head was in there stretched out on the bench. I come there, I'm like, it's fucked up because as soon as I got 18, them dirty boys put a case on me and Big Johnny.
Yeah, I remember that.
Planning the case. We ain't nothing to do with planning the case on. I had to old head, man, hey, old head, you gotta get some of this up, man. Old head looking at me like, I'm like, old head.
Please.
Just give me some of this bench, dog. I ain't standing up. I don't know how long we'll be in this motherfucker. You gotta give me some of this bench up and shit.
Right.
But yeah, man, funny shit, man.
Yeah.
I want to switch to something I did see this week though, man. Hope it don't ruffle your feathers or nothing. I seen the boy Mayor Malik talking. I seen he's quadriplegic and everything. Actually, a guy having the show was a workout guy named Rico. He asked Rico the trainer. I think he works with him. He definitely interviewed him.
Right.
But so that kind of piqued my interest. And
Right.
I seen the John, and he was saying like, even he talked about like, man, that boy's a hustler.
Right.
That boy's extremely brilliant.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he was saying that because both of y'all Muslim, y'all should have a conversation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's for you and him to talk about because I don't want to.
Right.
I don't want to talk about that part, but it's just like, man, like when you in your environment,
Right.
when you're in your right environment, people who you might even had a problem with, got to see that you you had something special about you.
Right.
All your life. I mean, in school, the teachers tell you like, hey, something special about you, or they kind of made you seem like you was a slow kid.
Yeah, the lady, and I remember her name was Miss Skalski, Lowell Middle School, right? Because I went there too. She said, Hanif, I don't care if you threw paint on your face, you would never make it into Harvard. And now what I said back to
that was hard.
That was hard.
That was hard.
I said, I don't want to go to Harvard. I told her I want to do a trade. Because my grandfather used to always told me, whatever you learn with your hands or your mind,
you always have it.
you're going to have it. You know what I mean? So, when it comes down to the brother, it's like what be bothering me the most, like when he had D's, it wasn't like an internet thing. You know what I mean? It was like we had our issue, we see each other, so I'm like, I'm gonna keep it pushing. And I feel like I was the person that was checking on him 24/7. Me and a guy by the name of Stefan Belafonte.
Okay.
We were checking on him, calling the hospital to make sure he was good, and he was an individual that was gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? So from some of the other negative things I've seen, sometimes it gets spooky because it be like, me, if I have a real issue with you, I'm talking about we have a real issue. I ain't talking about these rappers I mentioned as rats or these stars. You'll never hear it be on there.
Yeah.
You know why? Because if we were ever friends, if we was ever brothers, I'm never gonna do that. And you can slander me. You didn't see people slander me that I known. And you never see me say their names. Because it's something in my heart, I gotta sleep good at night. I can't talk, how do I look talking bad about an individual I was around?
Yeah, broke bread with him, I guess, and everything. Yeah, he talked about the noodles and shit.
Yeah, the honorable popcorn I was selling and all that, you know what I mean? Yeah. And guess what? And he was right, and I appreciate him saying that, you know what I'm saying? You know, I was a little kind of turned, because I be trying to figure out what the internet John be before, like with people. Because I don't do that with your friends. I know that their person name is like, okay, now he's King Earner, he's this. It's like, I didn't make myself King Earner. King Ab made me King Earner. He said he's an earner because he seen me go ahead and make, and we all live together. You know what I'm saying? I made popcorn. I made it honorable popcorn. If he remember, he was the one that gave me the sugar game and the Parmesan cheese to put on the popcorn. I'm talking about, we pulling in $500-600 a day. I'm selling Nest teas, and it's a corner store right there. But I figure, you know, marketing, it's like it's right here. And sometimes people would come in there when I was doing it, and I would notice it. This was my first time of learning patience, and I told Ab this. I said, damn, I'm learning that, like some people were like, yo, give me some popcorn. So one boy said that to me, right? I was like,
that reminded me I had the bar, but go ahead.
I ain't get mad. Know what I wanted? Went and got him some popcorn and took the money.
Yeah.
So before the end of the night, he was like, walked up to me and said, damn, baby.
That shit was all that.
He said, oh, no. I said, you getting some money in this joint. I said, I respect that. But I was on a run. You know what I'm saying? I needed the coin. You know what I'm saying? I needed to pay them lawyer fees. And more than anything, it was like, I always had to earn. I always was like that coming up. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's small or big, I'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I never, God always blessed me to never be in a jam. I never stressed. And coming home from jail after so long, I could have picked up selling drugs and became a drug dealer. Honestly, I probably would have, but I didn't understand it. It didn't make no sense to me. The numbers and all that was like,
it's just way off.
If that's the price, how do I break that down and even begin to sell it? I don't even understand. I'm not involving myself. And people telling on each other. But
it's a lot.
It's a lot. So it was like, I got to figure out other things. So I remembered you sold T-shirts. I remember the bread you got off of it, though. It was like, then you think about everybody and how many T-shirts they was really buying. You had a bigger joint than Macy's. It's like, this was running like a warrant, man.
We took what we learned in the streets and applied it to
y'all really done it, though. We had brains, but we wasn't that intelligent enough at that time. We was ignorant to ever think about selling a shirt. It was like, I ain't trying to do it. But you made me say, hold on. That's 10,000, 20, 30, 40, you know what I mean?
What, I ain't gonna hold you, pimp. Like, I tell people all the time, man, I read. Like, it's funny, like, even seeing the skit I did with Kashif and them, whenever you see me in these skits, I'm always reading, because that's just me. I always kept something to read. Like, and when I was in high school, they used to make fun of me, because I used to ride the train, but I had to ride so far to go to, like, I went to school in West Philly, so, you know, we live at, so I got to ride all the way down, so, man, I just got the paper every day. I'm reading the motherfucking paper. I ain't worrying about what's going around me, because if shit get crazy, I know what to do.
Right.
I don't even care about what's going around me, because I had a long ass fucking ride.
Right.
So I always read, like, all my life, and through reading is how my imagination opened. So I went from the paper, Source magazine, I read about the FUBU niggas, and I said, damn, I read 180 million.
Remember, you taught me about them. I thought they was corny.
Yep, and I'm like, well, damn, if they got 180.
What's up, y'all? God damn, what's up? You alright?
Chilling.
How you holding up?
Taking it easy, man. I just fell.
Yeah. How long you been here for? This transit joint?
2 months.
2 months? Ooh.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Clay.
Clay Rock.
I know I could grab at least 3 or 4 million out of their 180. That's how I look at it. It's just simple as that. It's no different. It's no different. Joe Schmo got a spot right here and he doing it, and the motherfucker decided to go a block down and cut the dick's hand there. Like, I'm looking at this shit like, shit, man. Like, I can figure this shit out. At least I ain't worried about nobody trying to kill me if I'm cutting off the cells.
You figured that out.
Yeah. So I went at every brand that I saw, not winning, but I just looked at every brand they was doing. I was like, well, that shit corny anyway. Because me and my brother, we wore low all the time. We was some low wearing motherfuckers. Our era was low. You know what I mean? Low, the Moschino, the Versace, all that shit. Yeah. So I looked at what that shit was, and I looked at their shit, and I'm like, all right, blend them both all together, and that's what we did. We blended that shit together, and then, you know, the rest is history.
Like a whip was moving. You know what I mean?
The women came with us, and the one lady, Mika Johnson, helped us with the women's line, and from there, man, that shit just.
That jump was blossoming, man. That was like the biggest. That's what made me feel like, damn, I know, you know, it's not boring selling other stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You can make it selling other stuff.
Yeah. And you can make it because, like you say, you get to keep the money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, things happen business wise, but I'm saying opposed to, you know, hustling. Next week you in jail and everything gone. And you got to come right back in and try to figure it out. You know, you don't want to come home to the pointy guesties. They old.
Yeah, that's all you got.
Trying to get a Gap sweatsuit or a low sweatsuit is different. You know what I mean? So it was like that. All that motivated me, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? We it's crazy that we had those mindsets back then. But we had an individual like yourself around. Where we could have picked the brain and try to figure it out, but
and it's crazy. I'm younger than everybody.
Right.
Like when everybody see, they be like, because everybody think I'm so much older than what I am,
Right.
and then when motherfuckers really see, like, oh shit,
right,
young as shit.
Right.
But that age shit didn't mean that, because my man, but Jig always treated me like a peer.
Right.
So whenever I'm somewhere, Jig like, no, come on with us. Man, we in Studio 37, 15 years old. He brought me right in there. Come on, you coming in with us?
Yeah. We kids. We was really getting it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy though? Like with back to the bowling party. It was like a sidebar. Like that. You got to realize that's where our connection really got tight at, because I was really outnumbered that night. The reason why I was outnumbered because the individuals that was there at that time, they was King Kong.
Yes, they was.
They were King Kong at that time.
That was probably the first L they ever took.
Yeah.
That was the first L they ever amongst.
And remember a week before then, I got the other one. I punished them. So it's like that. Really, that was where I was like, damn, because y'all was with me. You got to realize you got Fat Boy John Gilsey on top of the joint hitting people with stuff. Boom, boom, boom. Before you know it, we trampled to the door. Boom, boom.
That joint was wild.
It was a beautiful time. But guess what? What I loved about it, you know, a lot of people don't know that night, man. I'm going to share this with you, man.
But
that night I shot myself.
Shot yourself. Yeah, I know. I heard about
that
the
night
story.
I shot myself, man.
Yeah, motherfuckers high as a motherfucker.
Hey, listen, that night, I said, when they cut this corner, I'm ripping them apart. Sitting them down there, I'm groovy. Boom. Like, oh my goodness gracious.
I remember hearing the story.
You know what I mean? We was kids, but
yeah.
But you know, even after that, it was still like I'm limping around. I didn't care. You know, we wasn't these guys nowadays. I'm over with or trying to move or tell.
Yeah. It wasn't Instagram like, yo, check me out. I shot myself.
It wasn't none of that.
But it was on, like, it was actually those who know stay low, because they ain't nobody really know until the conversation was had between set parties.
Yeah.
All right, everybody let that shit chill out, because for a couple of days, everybody, if you wasn't part of it, everybody got low, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was like the whole neighborhood was clear.
Yeah, and it wasn't on Instagram. This shit is real life. Like that shit traveled through where it had to travel. Let motherfuckers know, get low.
Right, and it was crazy because after that,
that was the changing of the guard. That was the changing of the guard.
A lot of people don't know, like, that's how I grew up fighting. I had to switch the sport because they were switching the sport, but hey, it was all hands. These joints, I got arthritis in these joints. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we were men. Win, lose, or draw, we never stood down. It wasn't like a joint like you fought today and you don't come out tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? You better come out sporting the Blizzack eye. If you the winner or the loser, if your hand hurt, bandaged up, but y'all be together cool though. You know what I mean? It's different now. Now it's like the younger brothers got an enmity towards each other, where off the rip they don't like each other. It's like something like a cat not liking a rat.
It's self-hate, man. It's you almost trained to hate anything that look like you. How could you hate something that look like you?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I mean, like some of these brothers, man, they look damn near like brothers. And I get it because sometimes some faction killed somebody's brother and it wasn't supposed to go so far. But you know, when you get to the taunting and all that shit, man, a lot comes with all that shit, man. And I don't think nobody really understands how deep that shit is. See, it's cool when they're doing it in the record business and all that shit. And They get to go home to their mansions. But when you in these neighborhoods and shit and you start doing it, you don't know who's related to who. See, back in the day, Philadelphia was more so if you was from North, you from North.
Right.
You from South, you from South. You from here, you West, South, Southwest, Frankfurt, whatever. Everybody kind of, you know, we may have all met on Delaware Avenue and partied together, but it wasn't intermingling because there was so much gentrification. Gentrification now, it got people that you would never see in neighborhoods that you can't believe they're in now, and you see them like, oh shit. So now if I'm fucking with you on the internet, you from the bottom, but you happen to be fucking up the Northeast, and you don't know that this guy from Northeast, well, their family just got moved up there, and they see you, oh, click, 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 we got him. And that's the difference. I don't think nobody ever really sat down and figured that, like, you know, because of gentrification, you will get served out this motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
And that's for both parties. It don't matter what party it is. Both parties.
Yeah, because it's all about alertness and awareness.
Yeah.
If you're never alert, you know, I mean,
You
if
got
God
them
wants
you
you was
got
there.
you got them dumbass headphones on, not paying attention.
I don't understand that. I can't walk or move. I can't talk. I can't do nothing with them. I would have to throw them and then conversate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like I'm crippled.
If I'm in it, you know what I'm saying? If
yeah.
I'm in, shit, I've only had one in. Like back in the day, like man, you had that show, somebody snatched that shit off you anyway on the train. Like you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like it's a different world we in, man. Different world.
See, and the other day, I learned something about myself. I seen a guy we grew up with. You know what I mean? I'm gonna throw the nils aim out, but not all the wills a. I'm gonna throw it away where you can understand it. Shilzik.
Okay.
Rizzo, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you with me?
Okay, I'm a little bit with you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I seen him. He chisel on me.
Ooh.
You remember him?
To who? Oh, back in the day.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right down our way where we used to be at. You know what I mean? Where everybody used to be, all the good men used to be at on the corner.
When y'all was young and y'all did that shit that made yeah.
So,
the one of your first joints, one of your first hits. Yeah, I'm with you.
So when I seen him, right, usually it'd be like grind time. Just about a year or two ago, I just go on there and put his name on there. I hate him.
Yeah.
Because of the connection we had and him bringing me to it. He was the one that lined it.
Damn, that's
no
crazy.
one knew that.
Oh.
He was the line-upper.
But that's usually how it go.
Yeah, but it's sad because he's the line-upper. Someone's out of here, and he gets to get the smack on the wrist.
Smack on the wrist, and you got to eat that.
And I had to eat that, and it hurt my heart because of the type of guy. And I got to let the youngins know that guy could have a mask on. That guy could be robbing with you. He could be securing so much of a gangster. When them people slide up on him,
that hot water come.
they tell this guy was in back of cars pointing, coming to houses, pointing out faces and names. And it was like, it hurt me because I couldn't kill him. I couldn't. That's what hurt me the most. I don't believe in dishonoring my friends. That's a mob rule that I would never understand. You hear me? I'll never run away and maybe get booked in before I actually take, because I done got acquainted with your family. I know your mother, and I'm not that. You know what I'm saying? So if you think that, if the youngins think that they're gonna have a honor amongst thieves, it ain't gonna be there.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not there.
It's no honor in the whole code.
It's over.
Yeah.
It's done. It's through. You know what I'm saying? The era is done, and there's so many reels acts. I got so many new reels acts that I just haven't touched on. And I'm not gonna do it here, but I want to say this to you, right? You'll be surprised. And when the individuals come to me now, I laugh. You know why? They used to try to use me because they know how. You know the fire. You know me all my life. I always hated them. I always hated rats all my life. So when people used to use me, and then I start getting money from them to put the reel's ass out, I start saying these guys are cowards.
Yeah.
So
who did he tell on?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
This is the main thing I started finding out. That the ones that was dropping the paperwork was the reel's acts.
Yeah.
And it destroyed me because it's like betrayal. I think back to Judas. You see what I'm saying? Like, I used to be a vicious Christian at a time, so the stories that came from it, you remember that?
Listen, you was around the hard shit. When you was like, man, I ain't, I'm like, huh?
Yeah, I used to cuss it out.
It threw me off. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, huh?
Yo, I cussed the Islam out.
Yeah,
I hated
remember.
it. I hate it. I used to hate Islam because I used to think to go with the mindset of my grandparents and stuff like that at the time. You know, they thought Islam was the nation of Islam. They didn't know that it was Sunnah and Salafiyun and stuff like that. They didn't have knowledge. My grandmother, I think she might have died upon Shahada. I don't know the questions I asked her. But at that time, I still learned who God was. And Judas had told on Isa alayhi salam, Jesus. And we love Jesus so much, even in Islam, it was like, I'm never honoring a betrayer.
You can't, yeah.
It ain't even about the word rilzat, because they all stinking rilzats, but the betraying part. And that's what kind of hurt me. And I think I'm emotional in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of emotional ways.
Did you ever tell man, like, yo, man, you know, you really hurt me with that shit you did.
I never told him that. No,
and you know what's funny, man? Because you know, man, like I seen that guy try to act tough so many times, man. So many times. And I remember one time when you put the pictures up of him or some shit like that, like on a paper or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's funny, man, like, cause it's almost like it be the guys acting so tough, man, that really be the ones that fold like that. You know what I'm saying?
Folded on me.
Yeah.
Folded on. I mean, you would never think he would fold on me.
No. Even like it's funny because it's act like he acts like that never happened and shit.
Yeah.
And he be a certain way when I see him and shit. And I just be like, wow.
I seen him. He sit on the steps. I get out. Right. I'm going into a store and I happen to see him. I happen to be up the way. You know, I breeze in and breeze out. I see him, and he with an older brother that we grew up with or whatever. I shake his hand and I hug him, the other brother.
Okay.
And he like this with he had some frames on it, right? He like this. And I could tell on his body, it's like, please don't say nothing to me. Please, you know what I mean? He would love a shake, but it ain't happening.
Yeah.
So I gave him a look, and I went on the side of the other guy. That's the bit off of him. I wasn't serious. I was like, He was like, please not now. Because, you know, at the time it had happened right then and there. So it was like, not now, you know? And it was like, I looked at him, I was like, I wouldn't. You know what I mean? I seen him later on, and he was like, oh boy. He said, man, I thought it was over. He said, and it's like, damn, I'm right in the middle of it. How might it go for me? He said, but you changed a lot. He said, I've never known that you wasn't arguing. You could be argumentative. You gonna come pull up at somebody, you gonna always speak how you felt.
Yeah.
And I learned as an adult, as a grown man, you don't gotta let others know how you feel. The first person that speak on any type of war, they lost. There is no conversation about anything anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't have it in me, man. I'm too old. I'm getting old. So it's like arguing with you is gonna strain my heart. I'm trying to live long. You know what I'm saying? Alhamdulillah, I made it not getting caught up in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not trying to have a heart attack. I'm not trying to have my pressure through the moon. Now all of a sudden I got diabetes. I'm stressed out. I got a bump here that might be growing into something. I don't know what is going on with me. All of a sudden, because I let myself get so raved. When I learned to stop letting people use me through my anger, I became a better person, man.
That's good shit.
You know what I mean? I learned that. I said, man, I started seeing it there, especially what they was trying it with the internet. Yeah, heard of this, heard. And you like, I'm like, woo, fire. You never see these people, man. What is wrong with you? You know what I mean? What are you doing?
Yeah. No, it's a deep joint, man. It's a deep joint, man. Like I said, I'm new to this shit,
right?
And I'm on it sporadically.
You know what's about you, bro? You learned that you knew how to maneuver without ever becoming who we were. And no matter people follow me, the stuff I've done, right? But when you look at it all the way around, those that's in the streets and doing it in the fashion that we was doing it, that I was doing it, being negative and always wanting that name of don't put harm to somebody, that was the weakest move and the weakest value of a person, and that was a follower. No matter how much I know my name was good and people followed me, it's just at the end of the day, I'm following the other gangsters. Like, I love John Gotti. I'm getting older now. It's like, I love Johnny Boy, but that life ain't for me, Johnny. You took yours like a man, I took mine like a man. But at the same token, it's not cute.
But why? You know what I'm saying? Why even travel that road? Like I said, all them in life, man, everything is a highway.
Right.
The path you take. Sometimes you gotta know when to exit that motherfucker.
Right.
Some people stay on the highway too long. Like, you know, it's amazing to me, man, because I'm, you know, I ain't, you know, I know you do the rat shit and all that shit, right? But I look at, like, in the last 2 years, 2 prominent rats died. You know what I mean? Rayford Evans just died recently.
Right.
And the shit with Alpo. But I look at a guy like Guy Fisher, man, and I remember Guy Fisher saying, like, because I remember watching this in one of them documentaries, and he told the motherfuckers, it stops right here. Like, all that shit stops right here. Like, he said, like, don't come asking me shit, because what I did, I owned it, and that's it. Now, I respect that. I don't got nothing to do with none of the other shit. I respect that shit because the man took what he did.
Yeah,
Just
he did.
simple. And that man's alive, healthy, walking around.
Better than the real
Where the guy who told him is dead at this point.
As a doorknob.
The guy who told him is dead. Now, this man went to jail. Man, Guy Fisher got patents on fucking syringes and all types of wild shit. He got the man.
Yeah.
So
Owned Apollo.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So this man went to jail and bettered himself and got a chance to come out and say, I seen the nigga was live. He was going live the other day. I said, what the fuck is Guy Fisher doing going live?
And he looks like he's about 32 years
old.
old.
You know what I'm saying?
You know
He still look good.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, yeah, I might have lost 30 years in my fucking life, man, but I stood on principle.
Right.
I stood on principle. You know what I'm saying? So I looked at that like, damn, I wonder if people really seeing that and really making the connection. The motherfucker that told on him died and didn't even have like a real big burial, none of that shit. Like, died. Like, he just died.
Dead,
you know what I
man.
mean? And other two guys, two other infamous people that told, you know, whether who they were before they told. And, you know, they died, however they died. But this man didn't die. He didn't tell. And this man is walking around going live right now. And I think that's crazy. That is remarkable. And it shows the endurance of a guy like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's a special person.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I would personally say for anybody, just avoid the whole thing because it ain't for everybody. And, you know, my uncle told me a long time when I was young, he said, man, you know, criminals are sophisticated and intelligent. He said, everything I see now is just a bunch of dummies and followers. You know, he said crime got fucked up when police put radios in the car because back in the day, cops would have to stop the car and get on a payphone to call it in. And he said the day when that happens, the day when crime changed. And that's before I was born.
Dang,
so
deep.
Yeah, deep shit. And that's
why I might have been a billionaire by now. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So I take that type of advice from them guys, man, because you know they used to do some crazy shit when they was, you know, when they were younger.
Right.
So I look at that and always knew, like, when I'm on this highway, because I play on the highways like everybody else did. I knew it was a certain time I had to get the fuck off. I remember being in a room with a bunch of, we was probably, let's say, out in a little town somewhere in Pennsylvania, and slab on the table, a couple of us in the slab, right? And I was reading again. I'm reading some shit, and the boy, like, what the fuck you doing? I'm like, well, you know, I just got this job in 332. I'm about to go do this shit.
Local 332.
Yeah, so they're like, man, what the fuck? And I'm like 19, 18. These motherfuckers is 40. I know they 40. But I ain't thinking they 40.
Right.
So I just happened to say some shit. I was like, what the fuck y'all think I'm gonna be, a 40-year-old drug dealer? And the whole room got quiet, and I looked like, oh shit, these niggas is 40-year-old. Now mind you, these niggas had the Benz, they had all the trimmings and shit.
Right.
But I knew it was fool's gold.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I knew where I was going and how I was going to move.
Right.
It wasn't that. You know what I mean? So I insulted the niggas, and of course they ain't touch me no shit like that. But they did the sucker shit that niggas do. They'll do some shit like switch houses. Now when I come through the house, I'm in a slow ass. You know what I mean? We just was doing XYZ.
Right.
Now I'm here all night, like, man, what the fuck? And I gotta go to work the next day. So it's like, this shit ain't working. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they did some razzle dazzle because I never been a cooker. They razzle dazzled on me. Oh man, yeah. None of that, you know what I mean? But
kittens.
Funny shit, man. And like I said, man, like I guess that hurt their hearts and shit. They probably talked all shit about me. But you know, like, so when I'm on that highway, man, I just always knew, like, this ain't my last stop at all. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I said that to say, man, for all you young people, man, just know, man, you get on these highways, man, look at the exits. Know when to get off. But I would prefer you don't even get on that highway. You know what I'm saying? If you fucked up now, take a couple more years of being fucked up, and you'd be surprised if you're working not to be fucked up, what being persistence can do for you, man.
Stability.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Stability works, man. You know what I mean? It works.
Before we get out of here, anything you want to tell people how to contact you with the...
Yeah, you can contact me at King Earner official page. Make sure you get there. That's on Instagram. You can contact me on YouTube at King Earner. Just put King Earner, you know. Also Twitter, King Earner. Also, I wanted to bring the people to attention of this program. This honorable woman that's running around, and she's doing a program called My Gianni Contractors, where she getting younger kids and she's like putting them in a home, and she's teaching them everything they got to do with contracting, from electric to HVAC to carpentry, whatever the case may be.
Decent.
And it's a woman.
Okay.
An honorable one. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't get that in these times.
Put me in contact with
Okay.
it, if possible.
I'm definitely going to do that ASAP. But these type of programs is what I'm looking for. And some people will say, well, why is it that you choose a woman to deal with? Because it's like what I get. No ego. Exactly.
No ego. Men, it's hard for men to work with men because of egos.
Exactly.
Egos,
And so imagine how would a woman take working with men, and she's a woman. You know what I mean? Like, damn, you might be putting up something that's like, oh, I don't do it like that. No, I'm doing it the correct way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You want to cut corners because you're older, you want to move, and you want to run around, but at the same token, like, you know, like I said, I'm appreciative to the program she has. I'm appreciative to her. And I just want individuals to tap into programs that aren't looking for money from the city. When, you know, the city got to help you, of course, if that's what you're doing. But I like to see the kids smile. I don't like to really see everybody on the news hugged up, and I don't see a child, but I see the big check. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just want people to tune in and like I said, get this honorable conduct this Christmas. You're not going to find this anywhere. You're not going to find this nowhere. This is the special, right? My pounds of this is $125, right? But I got them on sale at $75. Okay. The all the way purple ones is $75 and they on sale. But you know, all of it go for $125. But you know, we cut the market off. So I know they're not going to $75. I don't care what they do. Even if they last for about a good week, they might be smart and go to $50. But guess what? They don't got the clientele. Because I can go to sleep and sell it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's not boastful. It's just something that God blessed me with. And I'm thankful for the blessing. But I appreciate Just Convo, and I want individuals to tap in. Listen, y'all see me on many podcasts, right? Y'all see me carry it, but I want y'all to make sure y'all tune into this podcast specifically, because when King Gurner was an individual who was in the streets and went by his correct name, Hanif, you know, all those names, this was a person that had a mindset to do something brilliant, right? And had stopped the illegal life and was like, I'll come out and I'll speak for you to a federal courtroom to make sure that judge gave me a sentence that fit me. You see where I'm coming from? He ain't a bad guy. You know, he's been working for us for some time.
Yeah, you know, he's done great. He's doing great work in promotions.
You know what I mean? And guess what? Believe it or not, that judge said, job, huh? I didn't expect for you to have a job. And I got some honor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, real shit.
I didn't have nothing mandatory really, but at the same token though, for my background coming from the age I did.
Yeah, your number is high. Your criminal number was high.
You see where I'm coming from? I supposed to been had a will a long time ago, man. Yeah. So, you know, at the end of the day, I'm thankful for brothers like this. I appreciate you, bro.
Man. Thank you.
Take my glasses off. You know, you don't talk honor with the glasses off. This is for the haters, not to see me. But I appreciate you, bro, and I'm proud of you, man. I'm really in. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Thank you, bro.
This is Sharif Hankins. Thank you for tuning in. Just Convos.
Live and direct.
Like, share, and subscribe.
And comment. Say what you want to say.
Yeah, comment too.
Take your shots.
I know you got some comments for this. Yeah, comment. Yeah, comment.